Hello everyone, Nate Lansing here. Welcome to another episode of Tuesday Tips. Today we are going to be talking about a question that I'm getting a lot lately, with the crazy housing market we've had over the last 6 months or so. I've been getting asked, are we in a housing bubble like we saw back in 2008? And should I wait till next year to buy? Will prices come down? And will I be able to, get a house cheaper in 2022? So let's take a look first at what the market was like back in 2006 and the crash in 2008, compare it to today, and go from there. So the first reason why today is not like the housing market back in the crash of 2008 is that today's market is not built on crappy loans, essentially. Back in 2006, loans that were no income, no job, no asset were pretty common, shockingly common actually. This video is a good example of what it was like back in 2006.
Well, you guys seem like a great family. We have to be realistic. I'm in the real estate business. It's 2006. That's all good enough for me. We're gonna put you in a ninja loan. No income, no jobs, no assets, and you don't have to pay a penny for 2 years.
Oh, ninja, please. So what's
These days, underwriting standards have tightened a lot since back then. Those loans where people were just declaring whatever income they wanted and getting a loan for whatever are long gone. So today's housing market is not built on that house of cards of bad loans. Another reason why today's housing market is different than back in 2008 is homeowners aren't using their homes as ATMs. So back in 2006, as prices rose through the bubble, homeowners continually refinanced and took cash out of their house to buy cars and TVs and you name it. Almost 90% of refinances in 2006 were cash out refinances. So what happened is essentially people kept drawing off their equity of their home, and when prices started to turn, they had no equity left in their house, and it was extremely easy for them to then, just turn over the keys because they had no skin left in the game. Today, home equity, owner's home equity is as strong as it's ever been, and so we don't have to worry about those, escalating snowball effect of people with no equity just turning their house in and thus, driving prices down further. The third reason is today's market is really driven by supply and demand. Back in 2006, home builders were really struggling were overbuilding the amount of homes on the market. Once the market crashed in 2008, home builders essentially stopped building houses. So right now we are in a super low inventory situation because of one, that lack of building back, extended from 2008. We've never really caught up to where we were back then. Two, millennials are in their prime home buying years and are really have high demand for homes right now. So what's driving prices here in 2021 is really a lack of homes to buy, really low interest rates because of what happened in the pandemic last year. It's really creating a perfect storm of supply and demand. It's basic economics. So back to the question of, should I wait till 2022 and the market crash to buy a house? Personally, and you look at many of the economists out there, no one is predicting a housing price decline anytime in the near future. Now we may see here in the Twin Cities, we may see price appreciation slow. It's been pretty nuts. So, the 10% that we got year over year last year, that'll drop down to a more reasonable 2 or 3% in the years to come. Specifically in Minneapolis, they're not building any more houses. We're stuck with what we got, and people want to live here. So prices will continue to go up in Minneapolis. You could wait to see how it slows into the early 2022. Maybe get a house that was 300. Instead of getting a bidding war and paying 310, you end up paying 305. But the problem is that interest rates will be higher next year. We don't know by how much, but that same house, the payment's going to be more the higher the interest rate gets. So now is still a pretty good time to buy, especially right now here in August. There are more houses on the market, and there is a little less competition than there was earlier in the year. So to summarize, we are not in a housing bubble, and I do not expect to see prices crash or even go down very much at all in the near future. So if you have any questions about what's going on in the market, buying, selling, or whatever, please feel free to reach out and be happy to help in any way that I can. I hope everyone has a good rest of August, and I will see you soon. Bye.